Okay.
Okay, so this, Fiona, to help through the inner thighs, you come into a straddle, and you know, it might be really narrow, but you're drawing the toes back, so you're attempting to keep the kneecaps up towards the ceiling, so that gets more activation of the 5 layers here, the inner thighs. So you kind of push forward so you're at the front of the bum bones, and that will really activate the inner thighs. And then what I love to do is, I don't know if I love to do it, but it really helps the inner thighs, is you use the whole hand, heel of the hands and the fingertips, and you just roll the knees up so they're coming up towards the ceiling. So I'm rolling so that the knees don't roll in, drawing the heel out to get the Achilles and the activation. If it's really screaming in here, in the inner ligaments here, then you can relax the feet and not press the heels out, because it might be a bit too much. It's just a bit, you need to be a bit cautious. We need to be a bit cautious of the inner ligaments so they're not stretched too far. And so you're doing that, and then you press back so the elbows come back, and then you're lifting through the sternum just to come forward right from the waist. So you're getting a little bit of a pulse. So from the side, you're lifted from the low back, so we're attempting not to go concave, and then reach forward. And you don't have to bring the head forward. Sometimes we'll do that to try to get forward. So you try to be like a bird on a cup and come forward from here. So that's a good one. And then we go into cobbler. I'm just gonna take my heels off the mat because I'm realizing I've got black on black. And you're gonna hold on, cup towards the shins, and then just lift from the rib cage. So you're pulling up and you're coming up from the low back so that you really press the feet together, and that might bring the knees out more. So it's the press of the feet that rolls the knees out, and you come to the front. And that's the cobbler. So inner thighs in a big screaming way. And you can even take this down. So get down. You can come all the way down. Keep the feet just pressing. Take the arms to the outside. Wriggle the shoulder blades under so you're just long through the neck, and the arms rest to the side. And supine cobbler is a really good way to kind of work on less drama and like just the gravity of the knees rolling out. And then the next stretch I want you to do, because the outer hip here is really tight, is this one is standard. It's so common. It's like the number 4 stretch. It is so right because you're getting the outside hip. What a lot of people might not know is you just need to keep the toes back. So they're pulled back, and that tracks the knee. So that when you rotate the ankle in, there's not any pressure on the outside ACL or any of that stuff. And then you lift the upper body, grab on behind the leg or in front. In front's brave, it's a bit further. My tight hips, I'm gonna go behind, and then you just come back and you draw your nose. You draw your toes to your nose. I'm just kidding. You just come in as much as you can, and you just let the elbows bend as much as you can, and you keep the knee rotating out. So because the hip will grab, it will attempt to roll in. So you can, of course, use your hand. Some people use the elbow, and they press the elbow out. It just might make the neck tight. So you can just kind of make sure, and then pull in as much as you can. And you can also lift the leg higher. This will give you a little bit more leverage from the base of the spine, so low back, and then you pull in. And you could lift the upper body, so you could pull in, let the elbows bend, draw the toes back, chin is in slightly, pull in. That's going to help to get a little bit more mid-back pressing down, and then you let the upper body come down and you pull in. And you stay in the poses for at least 30 seconds. We went for about 1.5 minutes, so it's really helpful to stay. Your minimum would be 15 seconds, because that's when the nucleus of the muscle fibers start to let go. So here again, we pull the toes back. The knee rotates out a lot. Not my tight side, so you're gonna really gently grab behind the knee, upper body, shoulders back. It's the bend of the elbows that pulls the leg in, and you have the shoulders back. Just speed it up because we've already done it. And you're going to keep that knee pressing out as much as you can. And then taking the left leg up Lift the upper body, just gently tuck the chin, draw the heel to you, however you do that, whether it's behind the knee or whether it's towards the foot. And you're coming in, and then you can let the upper body down, pull the leg in. And I just rotated the knee out to get the low back down, and then you can let the leg down. And then to get the outside hip, we'll wrap the knee on top of the knee. So we're wrapped, and maybe the lower leg will go under, and it's really nice. It really opens the hip. And then you fall to the left. The right arm comes out to the side on a diagonal, and then you use that left hand just to pull down on that leg, and you release over to the right side, and you let that right shoulder really fall back. I like to always get a good twist in there. And then you come back up, lift, exhale over to the other side, and you let that left shoulder fall back, and there's my back letting go. And then you reach that left arm out on a diagonal, speed it up to just to show each side. And then you recross, left ankle on top, maybe lower leg wraps, tip over to the right. Now we're getting the outside left hip. You can use your hand to pull down, and then just gazing towards the left. I always like to squeeze the core. And then you breathe in, come back up, and exhale over to the left, right arm back. And then breathing in to the middle. And then you let go. Just let the hips settle for a moment. Release down into the ground. And you're done. And that's it. Yeah.